journaling time.
Just realized I was on mute. Awesome. What's up, party people? Hope everybody is excited for tonight's Journal Party Live. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to enter the room. If everyone can hopefully bear with me tonight, we're on yet another live streaming platform. This one should actually be better than the last one, I'm hoping, because it allows us to come in a little bit more high fidelity, which is always good. Let's see. We got Mary's in the house. What's up, Mary? Got Mary Kay in the house too, coming to us from YouTube. Trina's also on YouTube. Welcome. So tonight's program was born out of necessity for myself, as they often are. We're going to be doing some time management prompts tonight. I've been procrastinating and just kind of off schedule lately, and so I figured we could check in on that and kind of see what's under the hood. Got Sheila's in the house, first timer. Welcome. I'll give you guys the rundown in a minute. Letra's here. We got Ms. Monia. I don't know how to say that correctly. Let's see. We got Deborah's in the house on Facebook. What's up? Terry. Got Valerie, Charlinia. The greatest hits. This is great. I'm so excited. We'll wait until about 5 after for everybody to enter the room, and well, then we're gonna have to get started without those folks. All right, Darlene's here, ready for this party tonight. Awesome. Very good. All right, so while we wait for other people to show up, let me give the rundown. Who was our first timer here? Sheila. All right. Well, anybody else who's a first timer, definitely let me know so I can give you the proper welcome. And let me give you the rundown of what we do. So my name is Alex Gellner. I am the host of the Journal Party podcast. If you haven't heard about it, check it out wherever you get your podcasts. And now I'm also the host of Journal Party Live, which is what we're on tonight. So Journal Party is a guided journaling platform. I created it because a lot of people were asking me how I was so consistent with journaling, and it made me think about how I got consistent with meditation, which was, well, I used to try to meditate in all sorts of different ways, and I wasn't ever sure if I was doing it correctly, and so I think that was kind of inhibiting me. And so I thought, well, maybe there's a similar thing going on for journaling, right? And so what I used to do for the meditation is I would listen to guided journaling programs, and they would help me to, just figure out what the whole process was like and get it going on. And now, we've created this really amazing platform where you can open it up next to your journal and pick through all sorts of different topics here, and it will guide you through a guided journaling experience. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to actually debut the newest program, which was released today, which is time management. And also, you know what? I forgot this platform has this thing that I can do. If you don't have the app, you can scan that QR code and get it. It's available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. And you don't need it for tonight, but it's handy to have because you can always go in there and watch the live stream replays. You can also just go through these programs and take your time, because all of these programs have player controls. We call these power prompt playlists, and so each one of these represents a prompt. Tonight we have 10 prompts on time management. Each one is going to last 3 minutes, and then we'll automatically move on to the next prompt. But if you want to go through this later at your leisure, you can download the app, and you can pause, you can skip around, you can do as you do. So let me hide this now. And it's 6:05, so it's almost time to get going here. Let me see. We got some got some comments, some pretty good ones in here. All right, Deidre made it. Mary holds a PhD in procrastination. You're not alone. All right, Sarah is joining from Facebook. Oh, you like Facebook better than YouTube? Good to know. We're still going to try to build that YouTube audience, because I don't think there's a lot of people who aren't on Facebook these days. It's wild. Like maybe I'm like old. I think the younger folks don't do Facebook anymore. That's what I've heard. All right, we got another first timer. Tina, I hope you heard my little spiel, but what you're seeing on the screen is the Journal Party app. You don't need it for tonight. I'm going to guide us through the program, by reading it to you and doing a screen share here. But feel free to download the app. It's called Journal Party, and you can access all the replays through the app, and you can also, go through any of these programs at your leisure. Same thing for you, Catherine. Welcome. All right. Well, it looks like everyone's showing up here. So is everybody ready to get this party started? I'm going to hit this start now button, and that's going to begin the process of showing these prompts. I'll read the prompts and then kind of disappear in the background so you can focus on your journal. And then at the end, what we do is we share our insights. So we just kind of hang out, and if there's anything that came up for you in your journaling that you want to share with the tribe, please feel free to do so. And of course, if you want to just hang back and not share, that's cool too. This is super chill, super relaxed. There's no wrong way to do this. The one mantra I will leave you with is kind of the Journal Party mantra of just start writing. So when you see the prompt, even if you don't know what to write, you can write, I don't know what to write. And that just the act of getting your pen moving is often helpful in my experience. And also don't be worried if the insights aren't forthcoming. Sometimes it takes hours, even days to have these insights surface. And so, all right, Alex, weekend blew up. I will reach out this weekend, I promise. Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good. It's on our little side project there. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, cool. All right, it's time to get rocking. So open up that journal. Hopefully you got a glass of water handy or some snacks or something. Do you? But I'm going to hit this button. It's going to count us down, and we will get rocking. Hide that little ticker there. Okay. Here we go. All right, folks, your first prompt of the evening is effective productivity. Write about a time you felt most productive. What made it so effective? All right. Next prompt is your morning routine. Describe your current morning routine and how can you optimize it? All right, here comes your next one, daily habits. List some daily habits that currently waste your time. How can you adjust them? Okay, next one is time management challenges. Reflect on your biggest time management challenge. What can you do to overcome it? And I saw we had a question from E Park. If you're having trouble with the prompt, my suggestion is to start writing the prompt and see if just the act of getting your pen moving helps. If not, don't worry about it. Listen to the tunes, write about whatever you like. The insights will come eventually. All right, next one is today. Write down what you want to accomplish today. What steps will you take? Now, I know it's evening for most of us, so maybe you don't want to talk about today, but talk about this week. All right, your next prompt is work and relaxation. How do you balance work and relaxation? What changes could improve this balance? Okay, your next prompt is tasks. Think of a task you often procrastinate. What strategies can help you tackle it sooner? All right, next one is perfect productive day. Describe a perfect productive day. What does it look like from start to finish? Okay, I'm going to pause it really quickly here because I'm getting some reports from the Facebook side of things that people are having trouble seeing the stream. But it seems like the YouTubers can see everything okay. Charlenia, are you having trouble seeing this? I'm just wondering, maybe it's a platform thing. We have a really good internet connection here. So, I, I doubt it's my computer, but sometimes the platforms can be a little finicky. Charlene is having trouble. Sarah says it's working fine for you. Um, on Facebook, does it have a little thing on the video to say what fidelity you want it to come in? It's because sometimes you can set it to like 480p or 1080p. You want to make sure that you're getting it at the max there in order to be able to see everything. But it sounds like a mixed bag. June can see it. Okay, Mary sees it. Kara sees it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry for the folks who are having some difficulties. I'll see what we can do about that. But all right, it's looking like we're all right. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna hit the play button again. All right, long-term goal. Identify one long-term goal, break it down into manageable tasks. Coming in hot with your next prompt, distractions. Write about the impact of distractions on your day. How can you minimize them? All right. Nice work, Journal Party fam. All right, I'm going to leave this list up here so we can remind ourselves of what we just journaled about. So, for those of you who are new, typically what we do after we journal is we like to bring our insights to the group, to the tribe, and as a self-reflective collective, as I like to call it, we can all help each other with the things that we have discovered, the pieces of internal wisdom that we have mined in the depths of our hearts and souls. We can bring that out to the surface and share it, and hopefully become better, all of us. And even if you don't have some sort of heady insight or something like that, you know, it's just fun to hang out. So if you got something that you want to share, if you've got, something that you're going through, something that you need help or support with, this is the place to talk about it. Or if you just want to say what's up, that's cool too. Let me see. I think I can pull people in to this one. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to post a little link here in case anybody wants to hop on to video and join us here. How are the levels? Is the music too loud on this platform? Let me know. All right. And so I posted that link there. If you click that, that will put you into a little waiting room, and we can talk face to face. And if not, feel free to type in anything that you want to share with the group. And I know it takes a minute, so I will start. I started highlighting things because I tend to get lost in my own journal here. So let's see, what did I get here? Oh, okay. So was thinking about when I was most productive, and I mean, I guess I go through seasons where I'm more productive than others, but I think I'm actually like the most effective and most productive when I'm the busiest. And you would think like maybe the other way around, but actually I forget. I think my mom told me this, but she probably got it from somewhere else where it's like if you want to get something done, give it to the busiest person to do. Just because I think they're already in motion maybe, and it's I don't know. I think there's some truth to that though. Let me know if you agree. I mean, the other thing I think makes me productive, the thing that came up like over and over again for me in this was scheduling. I think that at least for me, I do well when I budget out my time. So whenever I have a full calendar, that's when I am the most focused and the most productive. I think just because I've sort of set the intention to move through the day, and I try to make sure that I'm impeccable in my time. I think that's a Stephen Covey thing, but yeah, I think just having it scheduled, even in and I was thinking about that, even for like the relaxation stuff. Like I think it's maybe beneficial to schedule breaks. I think I'm going to start doing that. I've done that before, and I think it was helpful, but I haven't stuck with it. So I'm going to start actually scheduling breaks for myself. And I guess I think I also need to chill out at night. I'm a workaholic, and I just never give myself permission to relax. So I think maybe that's a better way to give myself that permission to chill out, would be to actually schedule it. And then, the other thing, like I said, is just deadlines, especially for procrastination. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Like, I mean, when you look at procrastination, right, it's sort of like waiting to the last minute to doing for something, waiting for the last minute to do something rather. And, if you put the deadline before that, and I mean, I guess you gotta have to trick your brain a little bit if you're a really bad procrastination offender. But for me, I pretty much hit every deadline that I set for myself, and so I think maybe for procrastination, if I can start to schedule things, a little bit earlier than they're actually due, then that will be helpful. Full disclosure, like what I'm really bad with time management about is actually putting together these live streams. That's why this one came out today. Same thing with the podcast, and I find myself sort of scrambling to get it done over the weekend, when it hasn't always been that way. And actually the best way for me to get that done, another thing in addition to scheduling, is batching. So doing things in batches, right? So whether it's, I'll give you an example with Journal Party, right? Like we were doing something where we had different journal prompts released every day, and it was actually really challenging to get myself to create journal prompts every single day. But it's not so hard, especially for like repetitive tasks, where if you just schedule a time to do it in a batch and actually do a bunch of them at one time, then you get it all done, and you kind of get in the flow state of actually doing the thing. And I find that I am much more effective, or much more efficient with my time than when I try to just do it as it comes. So I think that's my biggest share, is just scheduling and batching. That's a big one. So excuse me. I see there's some comments here. All right, so it looks like we're good on the music. Awesome. Cool. As this song ends, let me pick another one for us. Cool. Yes, music was perfect. Great. All right, so Mary Kay says, send procrastination hacks. I've realized how bad I actually am in this arena, and it's super stressful. Yeah, it really is. It's so funny that like we put our... It's like it ends up being worse for you, because not only do you have that stress last minute, but like if you were to just do it, like then you wouldn't have the stress for that whole time period of doing something. But like our brains don't necessarily work that way. At least mine doesn't. And so that's why, calendar and tasks is really important for me. Another thing, actually, you guys might want to try this. I didn't renew it, but I think I might. There's an app. It's called Motion with an M, and it uses like AI, but not in the way where it like makes stuff up. It uses AI to look at all the things that you put in your task list, and it also integrates with all your calendars. And so it just puts all of the things that you need to get done and actually schedules them for you. And you know what? The couple weeks that I was doing that, I was on fire. So I think I'm going to get that back. I think it's getmotion.com. I'm not I'm not on the payroll for those guys or anything. Don't worry. But that was super helpful. I think just because even if you skip something or you miss one of those things, it'll move it later down into your calendar and find a good time slot for it. And the other thing is you can kind of grade everything in terms of priority. So it will make sure that you're doing the things that you actually really need to do. One of the things that's it's like a procrastination thing, and I do this. I'm sure everybody does. Like, you ever have something really important to do, but instead of doing it, you clean your office or your room or something like that? It's I think we try to trick our brains into just doing anything to feel productive, but it's still you still have that thing that you actually need to get done. Another thing that just kind of came to mind was the concept of eating that frog. There's a book called that or something like that. And I've heard it expressed in other ways, but the idea is just to start with the most challenging thing, the thing that you're resisting the most. Because once you get that out of the way, not only do you have momentum, but the worst thing's done, and you don't have that stress of having to get that done. So just by tackling that first, that can be helpful, I think. So hopefully that helps. Anybody else has procrastination techniques, please share. All right, so we got Mary says, work came up for me a lot. Okay. Mary Kay, there is a book I got by Danny Donovan called The Anti-Planner. We won't say it, how to get stuff done when you don't feel like it. That's cool. Thanks for the book recommendation. So we got a couple book recommendations now, right? Eat That Frog, I think it's called, and The Anti-Planner. That one sounds good. Is that actually like a planner? And let me know if any of you guys use those. I was thinking about stocking some pre-filled planners, productivity planners, in the journal party store that we're working on, which, by the way, is going to be awesome. We're almost done with it. I went and I spent thousands of dollars on really awesome journals and pens and stickers and all this stuff for us. Because if you're like me, I crank through these things, and so it's always good to have. It's always exciting to get your next journal, and we got stuff in there to decorate it and everything. But I was thinking about stocking guided journals and planners in there. There's things where it's already sort of prompted, and you can hopefully help you get a little bit more organized. I was on the fence about doing that though, because I personally have bought those things and they've just sat on my desk because I just end up doing the regular journal or bullet journal thing. Bullet journaling is also another really great way to manage your time. It's a trademarked thing, so I want to be careful about creating content around bullet journaling. But maybe we could have a workshop or something like that, or maybe I can invite a bullet journal expert to kind of walk us through that process, because I know that works for me. I mean, even as much as I use all these digital tools, I love pen and paper, and having an analog thing is just fast and keeps you on track. So if everybody's into that, I could probably try to set something up for the group. So let me know. Misty says, you can also follow him and go to his website. He has a lot of procrastination hacks and freebies. Awesome. Let's see. June Collins, having clutter is distracting. It totally is. So if you're like me, I kind of have this theory, and I can't back it up because it's ethereal, but I kind of have this theory that your external, your immediate environment is a direct reflection of your internal state. And I think there's sort of a feedback loop that goes on there. I'm not sure that one necessarily creates the other, but typically, and take this for checking, right? Look around you and see like what's in your immediate environment. And I mean, if I'm looking around, like, okay, like I've been more I've been more tidied up than this. I always tidy up the background so you don't see it. But my desk there's a little bit of clutter in there, and I would say that like it's about as much clutter as I feel like I have mental clutter in my brain. So I wonder if like tidying up in itself is a hack. And I know I just said like I will go and clean my office or my room if I am wanting to procrastinate, but maybe that's why I do that. So I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. June says, need to put stuff in my calendar. Yep. Does Get Motion cost? Yeah. So that's kind of why I didn't continue it, because it was expensive. But I think it was like $20 a month or something like that. But, if you're somebody who has a lot of tasks to get done, I think it's actually worth it. I mean, for me, I'm juggling so many different projects right now. And the time savings of actually being on track was worth way more than $20. I mean, that's how I try to think about stuff like that. Is like, all right, well, what do I charge for my time? I charge way more than $20 for an hour of my time. And so if I can even get an hour of that back, of my time back just through an effective scheduling tool, then, I think it pays for itself. But, that's a personal call. And, obviously you don't need that to get going. People have gotten by just fine without it. Deidre says, I read a book where the lady kept counting to 5 and then just did the action she was putting off or dreading. Sometimes just making that one step helps. Yes. 5-second rule, I think is what that's called. I'm trying to remember the name of the author. And guys, feel free to share these books in the Facebook group or in the app in the community section, so everybody can check this stuff out. If I remember what the book name is, I will share it later. But that helps too. I think like it's kind of like when you got cold water, you want to jump into the lake, but it's freezing. Like you kind of just have to go 1, 2, 3, go, and like you do it, and then you kind of just have to pull the trigger. And I think maybe that's sort of like a hack to do that. So try that. Try counting to 5 and just doing whatever you need to do and see if, I imagine that there's some sort of mental muscle there as well. If you probably can get yourself to do that, that's maybe more on the lines of like self-discipline, which is probably something we should journal about. But I think, getting in those reps of actually like, doing what it is that you need to do is helpful. When I think back, it's like, I mentioned this earlier, there's seasons where I've been like way more productive than others. And if you look, it's like my overall habit stack was just off on the ones where I'm less productive and less good. So something to think about, something to take a look at. Sarah says, my house has to be clean before I can do any kind of task or work or relaxing. I agree. I feel that same way, but I definitely notice myself like going overboard when I should just start doing what it is that I need to do. Let's see. All right. There are some great Pomodoro YouTube videos. Yeah. I mean, timers are great. You can see I love them. That's why I, put them into the app. I think I actually, not on this desk, but in my primary work desk, I have like an analog sand timer that I love. And, I just like the aesthetic of it, but it's weird. It's like, I think if we're left to our own devices sometimes, I think human beings have a tendency to distort time. And also, we overlay our emotions all over everything. And so, the reality I think can get distorted, whereas something like a timer doesn't care about how you feel. It's just going to count the time down. And so, if you make an agreement with yourself that you're going to abide by that timer or abide by that calendar, I think that can be helpful. But yeah, check out Pomodoro technique. I think they may have done some research on like how much time you should allot to a task before taking a break, and then how long that break should be. I'm not super familiar with the specifics of that, but I do believe they've actually done some research there. Mel Robbins. Isn't that I think that might be the person who did the 5-second thing. I could be wrong. But Mel Robbins says when you get into not feeling like it, you need to push yourself. Yeah, self-discipline. I mean, I think a lot of our problems could be solved with discipline. It's not always fun. It's not always fun to be disciplined, but I would argue like it's a double-edged sword. Maybe I don't know if that's what you would call it, but the the flip side of that is, hanging around and feeling bad about the things that you haven't done, um, is is maybe worse than just doing it. And so Charlinia says, "I enjoy guided journals." All right, so maybe we'll take a look at getting a few of those into their guided journals and guided planners on the upcoming journal party shop. Happy to stock those up if you guys are into that. Right, Misty says, "No, it's a binder book with hundreds of activities and it's divided into different categories like stick, unmotivated, etc." That's cool. All right, so I'll have to check that out. All right. Katrina says, "I use the anti-planner, and no, it's not a planner at all, but you analyze the areas of your life that you want to change. How you can change it is actually getting moving on things." Oh, that's okay. I'll definitely check that out. Maybe we can do a little a little review of it or something. Let's see. We lost our music here. Okay. Deal with this one. Let's see. Okay, stuck. She meant stuck on that last one. All right. Katrina says, "Yes, my brain has been clearer since I have decluttered my home recently. I wake up in a better mood and I feel freer." All right. So, this is still anecdotal here. I don't know that we have statistical significance, but anecdotally, I think the tribe is feeling pretty good about getting decluttered. And we just did a, was it a journal party live or a journal party podcast? One of those, we just did a decluttering thing. I think it was the podcast. But yeah, so we actually have some prompts for you to, help with exploring, clutter in your life. And, apparently that can be helpful in kind of greasing the wheels on your time management. Let's see. Tasha says, "I'm surrounded by books. It looks like I live in a library." That's awesome. Not a bad thing. It's better than being surrounded. Like, you ever seen like people got, I don't want to call anyone out here, like food and stuff. I was bad in college. Like, I would just be surrounded by all sorts of garbage. But I think I've gotten pretty good out of my cluttering situation because I've realized how much more enjoyable my life is when I'm not surrounded by that clutter. Darlene says, "I'm retired and I schedule a lot of online classes and events in a day with maybe 30 to an hour in between. The issue is in the in-between time, I don't rest. I find stuff to do and then I'm burned out." Yeah, I feel that. Um, and I mean, for me, it's like a permission thing. And I've gone to therapy about this. It's just like, I have feelings about like my self-worth. If I'm not like on it during the daytime hours. And the last thing I want to be a part of my identity is to be lazy. And so I overdo it, and I do the same thing, Darlene. Like, even in the 30 minutes in between a meeting or a task that I've actually scheduled, I will fill that time with I'll just spin the wheels on stuff sometimes. That's the worst. Yeah, I think it's too much for the cognitive load, and you get a little burnt out. And so for me, I think I just need to give myself permission to take a break, to take some rest, and acknowledge that sometimes that's actually better than for like your overall output than just kind of steamrolling through, because if you get burnt out, not only do you slow down, but the quality of your stuff, whatever you're creating or doing, is not as good. So yeah, we gotta work on the burnout stuff. Me as well. Let's see. Me too. It calms me. 5-second rule. Yep, 5-second rule by Mel Robbins. Awesome. Glad we solved that mystery. Let's see. All right. A lot of people talking about the 5-second rule here. Misty says they have groups on YouTube that do live productivity sprints, and I like to join these lives with those tasks that I tread. I feel like I have group support to encourage me, and it gets cut off here to complete the tasks. Okay, that's cool. Maybe gosh, I just want to do all the things. If you can't tell, I'm like, oh, maybe we'll do that. But I'm like, I'm burnt out. So we'll see. Actually, one of the things I had written about, in order to be able to handle some of this stuff a little bit better is, delegation. And it's it, it's hard to delegate if you don't have a person to delegate to. But fortunately, I just hired an assistant who can help with some of the things that I spend a lot of time doing, and maybe even some of the things that I resist doing. And hopefully, by taking those off my plate, I can actually contribute to the more meaningful tasks, like writing all these prompts and creating all these programs, and let some of the admin work, go to the assistant there. So. Maybe once we get the assistant all onboarded and everything, and I have a little bit more bandwidth, let's call it that, bandwidth to get stuff going. Maybe we can talk about doing something like a productivity sprint. I've thought about that before, like where maybe we could have like a separate group or something that like keeps track of all of our goals and maybe some accountability there. So let me know if you guys are into that, and we can, start a planning process. But we'll see. I don't want to promise anything because I want to make sure that everything that we are currently doing is done at quality before I take on other things. I kind of did that with the book club a little bit. Bit off a little more than I can chew with that one, and got into some trouble. So we'll see. Let's see. Mr. Anders Clemens, thank you for. Oh, Misty Anders Clemens, thank you for all the suggestions. She says, no problem. All right. Virtual co-working has been really helpful. Cleaning, cooking, exercising. I phone a friend to help with my many tasks. Well, okay, that's interesting. I mean, I do have already a platform set up on the Go Brunch thing, where I created called the Journal Party Mansion, and there's all sorts of different areas that can be used as dedicated co-working spaces. So maybe we'll take a look at doing something like that. All right, virtual co-working, love that. Yeah, that's a cool concept. I'll start thinking in that direction because I want this whole thing. I mean, obviously, I want to focus on journaling, but I think I think I would like to create more things that are life supporting, and if we can somehow integrate journaling into that process, that'd be cool too. All right, what was the title of the frog book? I think it's called Eat That Frog. Brian Tracy, maybe. Google about it. You probably find it. It's about eating frogs, and it's not about actually eating frogs. Frog is a metaphor for the thing you don't want to do. All right. June just cleaned an area. Awesome. All right, I keep going until everything is done. Maybe I should not put time in between. What do you think? I mean, no, I mean, that's up to you. I would maybe take, see how whatever, works for you. But I think time in between is okay. I mean, one of the things I was writing about here is I need to schedule breaks. And that's the thing, is like, I need them to be actual breaks. Like, I think what you're talking about is like, you have 30 minutes in between, and you're not actually resting there. And so, maybe there's some sort of like ritual or routine around that where, I mean, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do. So I'm going to schedule some rest and relaxation blocks on my busier days. And I mean, I do have a meditation practice that takes about 20 minutes, which is a great way to kind of unplug and wind down during the day, and I guess disengage from everything that's going on, and then you come out a little bit fresher. So I'll probably do 20 minutes of meditation for myself, but I was thinking like maybe I can make it like nice, light a candle in here, kind of dim the lights, hang out. All right. Anyway, it's getting late. June's got to go, and you know what? I think it's time we manage our time effectively by not letting this thing get away from us. So everyone, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for showing up again. This has been awesome. I know I got some insights out of it. Hopefully you did as well. Keep an eye out for the Journal Party podcast coming out on Monday. Feel free to share any ideas or requests for things that you want to journal about in any of our programs with me. You can reach me at alex@journalparty.com or Alex Gallner, which is my handle on like Instagram, or you can also reach us at Journal Party OMG. And keep an eye out. I'm almost ready to push the button on launching this little shop for us all, and I'm going to try to not go broke buying my own stuff because I picked out really cool stuff. But I've seen that it's been sent to our warehouse, and I'm just needing confirmation from the warehouse that they're connected to the shop. All the connections are all there, and then we'll push it live, and then we don't have to go to Amazon for all of our stuff, right? Support local. I'm trying to stock like stuff from makers and creators and stuff. So hopefully you guys will like it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to go and have some dinner, pet my dog, kiss my fiance, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your week, and see y'all later.